Hello everyone, welcome to my second computer build video. The last one we did was taking an old case which was still quite serviceable and putting new guts into it. This particular video is going to be kind of the exact opposite of that. I've had some hardware that I put together, spare hardware, that was in this crappy micro-ATX case, very light, very thin. And I decided that I didn't really need the system. I was looking to probably sell it. I still am. But because of the problems with the case, it was much better for me to put it into this. So let me take you on a little journey as to how we got there, give you a rundown on the old case, the new case, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go. Here's the old case. Let me describe what we got here. This is an older, and by older, probably about 5-6 years old, rose wheel case. Very cheap case. I think the thing cost me $45 and included a 400-watt power supply. It's very thin metal. It's not exactly that high quality, but it sufficed at the time I bought it. So let me show you, let me give you an idea of what's going on here. I've had to replace the front USB ports because they became intermittent. I replaced the power supply because it died. It was a no-name power supply, so there you go. I have, this thing has a 80mm fan in the back that's unfortunately kind of noisy, so that's not good. And also, here in the corner here, you can see that the paint, when this corner got damaged, this paint just started flaking off. I don't even know if it's really paint or not. I'm not sure what it is, but whatever it is, it's very cheap. The other thing also, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that here or not, but the back of the case where this 80mm fan is actually rusting. So this whole thing is a system that I put together out of a bunch of spare parts that I had left over from doing various upgrades to other computers in the house. It's an AMD Ryzen 3 2200G. It's got 16 gigabytes of memory in it. It's got a 512 solid state drive, SATA 3. Again, these were parts that I had laying around that I wasn't using. So I figured I put together a system that I probably am going to wind up selling. But the case is just it's a pain in the butt. And I'm really not happy with it. So the other thing is that this thing has like no cable management, nothing whatsoever. If you take a good look in here, or if you can take a good look in here, you will find that this thing is just a rat's nest. I mean, it just looks horrible. So I've got a new case for it. This will kind of be like a rebuild plus a review of the case that I got for it. The new case is an Antec VSK 10. It is going to be a windowed case. As much as I don't like windowed cases, the non-window version is like anywhere between $15 to $20 more, and I'm just not going to do that. The purpose is to sell this system. Or maybe give it away. I don't know, but I don't need it. It's going to just gather dust here, and I'd rather offload it. Hopefully somebody who can use it. So that's what we got going on. That's the project. And there we go. With a little bit of luck, this should go fairly well. Currently, it's got some PNY 2666 memory in it. Because I am going to be putting it into a windowed case, I will probably add a little bit of bling. I have some RGB RAM laying around that I can steal from somewhere else and swap it out with the PNY memory, because that case is the memory that I'm stealing the RGB RAM out of is a solid case. There's no window on it. There's no point in having the RGB RAM in it in the first place. So that's what we're going to do. That's the project. We'll see how well this turns out. Let's get to disassembling this old crap, and we'll go from there. And here's our new case, VSK 10. Now, the window is a plastic window, but it is a window. And you know, a little bit of help with getting these off of here. Boy, they put them on tight at the factory. I'll give them that. Wow. All right. Let's get this sucker out of here. There we go. All right, so let's take a look and see some of the things we got going on with this case. First of all, it has a magnetic dust filter on the top, which is removable. So you can fit your radiator in there without any problem. It will accept quite a bit of cooling as far as all-in-ones are concerned. You can look up the specs online. Again, it's an Antec VSK 10. And just going to get this plastic off of here real quick. Take a look inside. There we go. All right, we got a nice power supply shroud. It'll hide a lot of the mess that's going on. Good fan. Cable management looks like it's pretty good here. We got all kinds of access points here. There's even a little bit, there's up in the corner here, which you probably can't see. I can get the CPU power to go right up there without any problem. We've got two USB 3s on the top. There's your power, there's your reset switch, headphone, and your microphone. Let's pull off the back here. Again, they managed to put them on tight in the factory. Good for them. Yeah. All right. Get this pulled off. There we are. Yep. Lots of good room in here. Now, the SSD should mount, yes, here and here for SSD mount, so that's where the SSD is going to go. You do have space here for 3.5-inch hard drives if you need them. Try to get that box in there pretty good. All right. So there's enough room for two 3.5-inch hard drives in here. Got ventilation on the bottom, power supply, which, let's see if we get real quick here. Yep. Filter is removable. That's good. Now, got a lot of options here. Also, again, I don't know that you can see it. Can maybe get an angle. There we go. You can even put a front radiator in here without any problem. So this looks like it's going to be a good bit of fun. The one caveat about this case and the system, and so we put it in this case, there is no spot for a DVD drive. You might consider that to be somewhat of a negative. At this point, I don't. With all the streaming services, nobody really needs a DVD drive anymore. So we're going to eliminate the DVD drive, but everything else that I took out of the other system is going in this guy. And I think I'm going to have a good time with this, really. Yep, everything's here. Yeah, this is going to be a lot better than the case that it was in. So let's let me get started on putting all the stuff in it, and we'll try to do some cable management along the way, and switch out the non-RGB RAM for the RGB RAM. Once it's all together, we'll light it up, and we'll see if it looks at least somewhat blingy. See you guys in a bit. Okay, for the rebuild, we're going to be using a different power supply. We're going to be using this EVGA 500BR 80 plus bronze power supply, mostly for aesthetics. It's got all black cabling, so we won't have any ketchup and mustard showing through the window. So that'll make it look nice. Just overall, I think this will be much nicer look, if you will, for the build when it's finished. So with that having been said, let me get started putting this thing together. And here we are. We have finally approached somewhat nirvana. So we're all done here. I got to do a little bit more cable management here, just a bit, tidy things up in the back a little, but I figured we're done enough here. So, while I'm putting this window on, let me give you a couple of just random thoughts here. And you got to get it on the right way. Only fits one way. Yep, still don't have it right. Only fits one way. Which I think is rather interesting. There we go. All right, so as you probably saw, I had to remove the hard drive cage. It was getting in the way of dealing with the power supply cables, so that's one thing that was it was okay, I guess. I should have expected it, but I didn't have I don't have a lot of experience with. Well, I have no experience with this case, so it's it's an eye opener. The metal on this is a bit better than the Rosewell case, not by a lot. Plastic window here is a reasonable thickness, and thumb screws obviously make it easy to get it on and off. I should have routed the HD audio and the front panel connectors before I put the power supply in. That was one caveat that I didn't realize at the time, but that's something I'll have to keep in mind for future reference if I run into building with this case or some of the other cases that are out there. Make sure that I have some of the cables rerouted before we do anything else. But anyway, here we go. We're all set. As I said, I'm looking probably to sell this system. Maybe a giveaway, I don't know. I haven't really decided which way I want to go. But I think this is a hell of a lot more presentable than the other case. As I said, we got the RGB RAM in here, which gives it a little bit of bling. Not a lot. I mean, yeah, I could probably put RGB fans in it and so forth and so on, but, I'll leave that to whoever gets this machine. But we've got a brand new EVGA power supply. We've got G.Skill Trident Z RGB RAM, 3000 speed, 16 gigabytes. Case comes with its own rear fan. There are no other fans that come with the case. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's fairly simple. It's fairly straightforward. As I said, just a couple of little caveats. The hard drive cage, you want to remove it to get your power supply in and get the cables started routing. Make sure that the front panel and HD audio are routed before the power supply goes in, because it's a bit of a pinch. I did have a little bit of struggle with it, you probably saw. But other than that, I mean, I'm fairly happy with the way it turned out. I mean, it looks good. So yeah, I think we're there. Anyway, thanks for your patience watching the video. Toss a like if you want. You got any questions, leave them in the comments, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much, and have a good day.